Good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to the very first Monday in November. Welcome to Scorpio season officially. Yes, Scorpios. So this morning, while I'm making my Energize and Collagen, getting ready to press play on the work. First of all, y'all, she's super excited about something this morning. I don't know what is happening out there, but something is really bothering her. So you're probably gonna hear her bark the entire time. And then if she's barking, that means Winnie will probably start barking and everyone's gonna start barking. And that's just gonna how it's gonna be on this Monday morning. But I'm so excited this morning because today starts our Sleigh Bells and Sweat group, and of course, registration is staying open. But we start today. Their meal plans dropped, their calendar dropped. So I'm really excited to watch and be part of these women finding these solutions that are really gonna help them thrive during the holiday season. I've been talking to them the last 10 days, and it's just been so fun to get to know them. This morning though, I want to talk to you about some book recommendations. It's been a little while since I've done book recommendations, and so while I'm doing this, I want to show you 3 books that I've been reading, that I have read, that I think are so powerful and that you might like as well. And even if you don't want them personally, maybe you have someone in your life who does. And sometimes we just need one recommendation to spark a path to finding some other stuff that we like too. So often I'll hear someone on a podcast or hear someone else talk about a book, and then I'll find them on a podcast and I'll listen to interviews about them. I'll find another book, it all sort of weaves together, and that's how we keep our brain, our mind fueled. So let me give you 3 book recommendations on this Monday morning. So if you're searching for something to fuel your brain, I hope one of these 3 might do it. So first, y'all, I can't even with this book. It's so good. And you do not have to be a Disney fan, but if you are, you will love it even more. It's called The Ride of a Lifetime by Bob Iger, the current CEO of Disney. Okay, so right away, if you are not a Disney fan, don't turn up your nose at it, because this is a CEO slash business slash storytelling book. That's what makes it so good. It's a storytelling book. It is a story of his journey, his career. But here's what's cool about it, and the lessons he's learned. And these lessons that he's learned, you might apply them as a business owner, but even better, you're gonna apply them as a human. One of my very favorite stories that he tells in this book, and I won't tell them all, but I'll just tell this one to give you an idea how good it is. When he was taking over as CEO, prior to that, Michael Eisner had been the CEO for 20 some years. And during that time, there had been a lot of highs, but at the end, there were a lot of lows. And Michael Eisner and the board of directors of Disney were at odds with Roy Disney. And Roy Disney was the nephew of Walt Disney. So they're at odds with a family member whose last name is Disney. And when Bob Iger came in to take the CEO position, there had been this 2-year sort of battle between the board and Roy was going to sue Disney, Disney was going to sue Disney. And Bob Iger came in and said, I'm not even going to mess with the lawyers. I'm just going to call him. And he picked up the phone and he called Roy Disney. And in this story, in this book, he tells the story of how they had a conversation on the phone, and Roy Disney mostly wanted someone to listen to him. And they talked for a couple hours, and he just felt up to that point unheard and unseen. And so they had this conversation for a couple hours, and at the end of it, Roy Disney dropped the lawsuit. Bob gave him an office on the the grounds at Disney in Burbank. Read the book and hear the story. But the point of the entire story that he was telling was people just want someone to listen to them. They just want someone to listen to them. In this 2-year battle that had been going on, and Roy Disney was getting ready to sue the company, and this negativity around it, when he came in and just picked up the phone and called him, it was done. The relationship was mended, and it was done through a phone call, through a conversation. And the lesson in that story that he shares is that people just want someone to hear them. They want someone to see them. And that's why I highly recommend this book, Robert Iger, The Ride of a Lifetime, because it is Disney, but it's life and it's storytelling. And then the lessons come from those stories. Best moment of the day. Okay, second, I just finished this. I actually was rereading it a little bit, but There's No Plan B for Your A Game by Bo Eason. This, y'all. Okay, so I went right from this, these incredible stories, these incredible life lessons that I can also apply to my business, but just mostly to my life, right into this. So like boom, boom, 1-2 punch. And if you are just striving to get better in your life, I don't care if you're a business owner, it has nothing to do with being a business owner, literally. If you are striving to get better in your life, get this book. And here's what I tend to do. I have these books on audio, and then I also have them in hardcover, because then I'll go back, because at the end of this book, he really summarizes his core lessons. Well, I want to go back and read that, and I want to take notes, and I want to write, and look at this. It should be about the future, not the past. That's so Disney, isn't it? But yet they know how to weave in the past. If something doesn't feel right to you, it won't be right for you. What? Are you kidding me? Hi, Monday morning. How about that for your mindset today? If something doesn't feel right to you, it won't be right for you. That's good, y'all. That's good right there. If you're in the business of making something, and we all are in the business of making something, making relationships, parenting, at our job, we're all in the business. If you're in the business of making something, be in the business of making something great. Get this book. Okay, sorry, moving on. Bo Eason, There's No Plan B for Your A Game. Again, it's not just business. It really isn't business at all. It's life. And he's a great speaker. He's got a great story, though. Was an NFL player, then did a play on Broadway. Like, what? So, I mean, could that be speaking anymore to me? If you like sports, you'll like him. If you like theater, you like him. If you like just getting better at your life, you like him. He's just no BS and really tells it like it is. And I think I think we need that, especially right now. And we also need, rather than someone just patting us on the head and telling us that it's going to be okay, I think we need to have people in our lives that tell us there's going to be work involved, but that we're so capable of doing it. You know, we hear a lot of, and we see a lot of media out there that makes everyone else's life look so much better than ours. We have no idea what's going on in their life. And this book will remind you that anything that you want in your life, you can make happen. It's going to take work, but that's what makes it worth it. But most importantly, you're capable of doing it. You're capable of doing the work. It's not that the work is too hard, because you are capable of doing it if you decide that you are. I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed listening to it. And then again, I love at the end when they do sort of like a little summary where you can go back and you know, just it's almost like Cliff Notes, but it's like putting it in your brain in a very succinct way again. So I love that he gives really cool tips for sort of grounding yourself. I wish I could find something. This human instrument we've all been given is the most expressive instrument ever created on the face of the earth. Most of us don't treat it with the respect it deserves. We totally misuse it. We make it unhealthy. We make it uncommunicative. We make it apologize. We make it non-threatening. We make it antiseptic and harmless. And that's such a waste of potential. Take a moment right now and think of the places where you feel your power and where you feel your predatory nature, like your powerful nature, where you feel as close to your natural self as you can. That particular place where you feel you're most powerful is at the core of it, rooted in your body. It comes to your body and it activates your brain. Live in that space as often as possible. It changes everything. Live in that space. Love it. So, book recommendation number 2. Okay, now, book recommendation number 3. If you've not read anything by Gabrielle Bernstein, like I had not, you might not know of her. And she's very, like, one of her books is Spirit Junkie. So she's sort of spiritual. I think of her as almost like hippie chick kind of thing, but I am just barely into this book, and there's a reason why the universe led me to these 3 books in a row at this time because they're exactly what I need right now. And I'm hopeful that by sharing them with you, they might be what you need, but also maybe they'll lead you to something else that is what you need. If it's not this book, maybe it leads you to another book that is what you need. And sometimes we just need a place to start, right? We just need a jumping off point. So if you've not read anything by her, you don't need to, and I haven't. So go ahead and pick this up because the whole idea of being a super attractor, the whole idea of we're supposed to feel good in life. And it comes back to, so this book, as he talks about his journey, it's quite evident that he has worked very hard. Doesn't have a master's degree or fancy degrees or anything. He went to a small college on the East Coast, and it's very evident that it's his work ethic and his integrity that has pushed him forward. It's very evident in this book that, whatever you want is going to take work, but that you're capable of doing it. And then in this book, you're taking some of those sort of pieces and you're putting them together and saying, yes, it's going to take work to create this life that you want, but it should feel good. And I think as humans, especially women, we get into this idea, this mindset that everything has to be hard for it to happen. Fitness and health has to be hard for it to work. Eating right, it has to be hard for it to work. Building a business has to be hard for it to work. Does it take hard work? Yes. Should it feel negative and hard? No. Not if you're living in your purpose, not if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Is the workout that I'm about to go press play on going to be hard? Yes. Duh. Is it negatively hard? Am I in this, it has to be so hard and awful for it to feel good? No, it's just gonna be hard. And then at the other end of it, I feel amazing. Cool. I think we get in this mindset that everything has to be so hard and so weighty and so dramatic and we're so dramatic and weighty and hard. And this book is such a wonderful reminder that actually, no, it doesn't have to be weighty and dramatic and hard, that life can be joyful and happy, and that the more we're living in that happy and joy, the more happiness and joy we can create. When we're living in the hard and our mindset is that everything is hard, guess what? We're creating a life that is hard. We create that. When we think everything has to be so hard to happen, we're creating that reality. But when we live in joy and happiness, and when we expect good stuff to happen to us because it's okay to feel good, then that's what happens too. We get to create this amazing life that feels good rather than hard all the time. So those are what is your problem? People are feisty on this Monday morning. So those are my 3 book recommendations this morning. I highly recommend it. Ride of a Lifetime. No Plan B for your A game. And now Gabrielle Bernstein, Super Attractor. Go get them on audio, go get them on hardback. I had them in all the ways. I listen to them, and then at night or during the day, I'll go back and read bits and pieces and highlight bits and pieces of it. So get them in all the ways. People are very feisty on this morning. Hold please. Go get those books. If you get them, let me know what you think. And if you have other book suggestions, let me know about those too. Have a great Monday.